When Gelsenkirchen-based club Schalke appointed Domenico Tedesco as their head coach in the summer, eyebrows were raised across German football. Born in Italy, Tedesco only had senior management experience with second division side Erzgebirge Aue. Despite saving the club from relegation, his tenure only lasted 11 games before Schalke picked him up, raising questions about his experience. The man who had made the decision, though, was Schalke's sporting director Christian Heidel, who had engineered the appointments of two equally inexperienced coaches, Jurgen Klopp and Thomas Tuchel, whilst he was at Mainz. Tedesco has joined a growing number of German trainers affectionately dubbed laptop coaches, following in the footsteps of Klopp, Tuchel and Hoffenheim's Julian Nagelsmann, one of Tedesco's classmates when he was completing his coaching licence in 2016. At Schalke, Tedesco has shown himself to be a flexible, innovative coach who responds to his team's strengths and weaknesses, as well as those of the opposition. There has, of course, been continuity, not least in Tedesco's decision to employ a back three, built around Naldo and Maciej Nastasic, which he has done in all but one match during his tenure at the club. Throughout pre-season, and in the early parts of Schalke's Bundesliga campaign, Tedesco almost exclusively used a 3-4-3 formation. With the back three line offering a solid base for his defence, the Schalke coach positioned a midfield two in front of them, acting as a screen to increase the protection in front of Ralf Fährmann's goal. Flanked by wing-backs Bastian Oczipka and Daniel Caligiuri, this unit could easily transition into a five-man back line if needed, making Schalke very difficult to break down. By setting up his team to defend deep when out of possession, Tedesco invited the opposition to transition relatively easily into the Schalke half. Although a midfield press was implemented, it was neither very high nor very aggressive. Only when the opposition reached the edge of Schalke's penalty area did the press increase in intensity, as the back five looked to win the ball back, supported by the two midfielders. By being lured into Schalke's low press, though, the opposition left themselves vulnerable to the counter-attack, allowing spaces to open out within their team structure, which the Schalke forwards could then exploit in the event of turnover. If the press was successful, Schalke would seek to progress the ball to the front three as quickly as possible, benefiting from the opposition's lack of defensive organisation. Given the need for a rapid transition, the ball was played long, usually by one of the back three, bypassing the midfield altogether, who would only become involved if the counter-attack broke down. Retaining the basic principle of the 3-4-3 system, the Schalke manager has now developed an alternate strategy that relies on a higher pressing game designed to disrupt a more compact defensive structure. By pushing one of the screening midfielders forward and dropping one of the forwards back, Tedesco has created a pentagon of 5 players who can press as a unit in advanced areas. As before, the plan is still to find the strikers with long balls. Now, however, rather than retreating if the attack breaks down, Schalke press the ball immediately in higher areas in a bid to win the ball back before the opposition can rearrange themselves into a more organised defensive unit. Given that space is no longer created through such rapid transitions, Schalke can afford to be a little more patient in possession, waiting for the opportune moment to spring an attack. Max Meyer has become a vital cog in this new system. A number 10 who had struggled to find a place in a side who rarely used an advanced playmaker, Meyer now finds himself sitting at the base of the pentagon in the Schalke midfield, playing as a 6. With his ability to protect the ball and his passing and dribbling skills, the former Germany under-21 star now pulls the strings for his team from a far deeper position than before, helping control their newfound possession play and initiating counterattacks from his position in the pivot. This change will also suit the returning Leon Goretzka. Although he's only started 8 games so far this season due to injury, the midfielder, who plays as a classic number 8, has scored 4 goals. Playing in the advanced midfield role, behind the strikers but ahead of Meyer, Goretzka will be able to use his dynamism and awareness to arrive late in the box, seeking knockdowns from the strikers to create shooting chances. Goretzka will be the main man for Schalke if he achieves full fitness, pairing with Meyer to create an exciting young German 6-8 combination at the heart of Schalke's system. Schalke now have 2 very different tactical systems between which they can fluctuate comfortably, allowing Domenico Tedesco the ability to alter his team with little notice, even within the course of a game. With inspired tactical changes like this, expect to see the rise of the laptop coach continue in Germany for the foreseeable future.
Hello, are you still there?
Hello!
Watch the best of the Bundesliga.
Subscribe now.
The official Bundesliga YouTube channel. Subscribe now.
Hoppala.